All right, we're going to solve this triangle ABC, and this is our given information. A is 32 degrees, B is 81.8 degrees, and side A is 42.9. Now, this is not a right triangle. I like my picture to match my given as much as I can. This looks like it's probably the biggest angle, so I'm going to put that right here. Again, your picture, I just like my picture to match the given. It doesn't have to, but it looks better if it does. So this is angle B. I'm going to make this angle A, and that's 32.0. And right here, side A needs to go across from angle A. And so that's 42.9 centimeters right here. So this is angle C. So what do we not have? If we're going to solve the triangle, I have to solve for angle C, side C, and I have to solve for side B. Those are the only three things that are missing. Now, the easiest thing to solve for first is angle C. Why? Because we know all three angles must add up to what? They must add up to 180. So if you just take your calculator, 180, and subtract the other two, minus 81.8 and minus 32, just subtract both of those from 180, and you get 66.2 for angle C. Again, how do we get that? We know all three angles add up to 180, so I just subtracted the other two from 180. Now, the law of sines, which you saw in the last video, sine of A over A equals sine of B over B equals sine of C over C. That's so easy to memorize. But which two are we going to use? Well, we're given the two A's, and we're solving for side C first. So let's, you could solve for side B or side C first. It doesn't matter which two you use first. Well, let's go, since we solved for angle C, let's solve for side C first. I'm going to use these two right here. All right, so sine of A over A equals sine of C over C. Just make sure when you plug everything in, you know all but one. I know both of my A's. I know angle A is what, 32? And side A is 42.9. And I know that angle C is 66.2, so sine of 66.2. And we're solving for side C. Now, this is a fraction equals a fraction, so you can just cross multiply, make a butterfly. Let's see. Let's multiply this way first. Now, when you multiply sine of 32 by side C, put the C in front. Don't multiply C times the angle. Sine of C times sine of 32 is equal, when you multiply this way, that's going to be 42.9 sine of 66.2. Don't start typing into the calculator yet. Go ahead and divide by sine of 32 now. And cancel those. C is equal to, now type all of this into your calculator at one time. All right, so let's see, make sure your calculator's in degrees. Mine is. So I'm going to type 42.9 times sine of 66.2, close the parentheses, divided by sine 32, close the parentheses, equals, so my side C, if I round to the nearest tenth, that's going to be 74.1. So C is equal to 74.1, and that's centimeters. I'm going to write that right here. Now, one thing left is to solve for side B. Now, you cannot use the Pythagorean theorem. This is not a right triangle, so a squared plus b squared is not allowed. But we can use the law of sine again. So I'm going to write down sine of A over A. But this time I'm going to use the b's, sine of B over B. So let's plug everything in. A is 32 again. Side A is 42.9. Angle B, I'm going to put that right here. That's 81.8. Over side B, again, we're going to cross multiply just like we did before. All right, B sine 32 equals 42.9 sine of 81.8. Now divide both sides by sine of 32. That will leave the B by itself. Cancel those out. Type this into your calculator. All right, so 42.9 If you use Desmos, you could just backtrack and just change what needs to be changed. I think the only thing that needs to be changed is the 81.8. But 42.9 times sine of 81.8, close the parentheses, divided by sine of 32, close the parentheses, equals, looks like side B is 80.1 centimeters, and we have solved that triangle using the law of sines.